Welcome everyone to today's webinar. As you can see on the slide in front of you, today we are talking about how AI video generation from HeyGen can transform your content strategy. Today's webinar is one of what we call our AI in action webinars. What that means is we're going to hear directly from HeyGen about exactly how their technology works over a series of slides. But then we're also going to see it in action. They're actually going to demonstrate for us some of the things that you can do within HeyGen. And if you're unfamiliar with HeyGen, they are a leading AI video generation tool that turns text to video in just a few minutes. So Cathal, if you don't mind moving us forward one slide, we would love to introduce ourselves, introduce our presenters today. I'm lucky enough to be joined today by Cathal Canavan, the head of agencies at HeyGen. And he's going to show us exactly how HeyGen's AI magic works. So Cathal, thanks so much for being with us here today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, our absolute pleasure. Thanks for having us on. Super excited to show you a little bit of what we're up to at HeyGen. And if anyone has any questions, I'm more than happy to take those as well.
That's a great note. If you have any questions as we go, please throw them into the Q&A if you don't mind. If you can put them in the chat, we can move them to Q&A. But if you don't mind, starting them off in Q&A makes our job a little easier. We're going to have a Q&A session at the end between myself and Cathal, where we'll answer as many questions as we can for you. For anyone who doesn't know, my name is Mike Kaput. I'm the Chief Content Officer at Marketing AI Institute, the host of today's webinar. I'll be emceeing our webinar today. And Cathal, if you don't mind moving us forward one more here. So Marketing AI Institute helps marketers understand and adopt AI. And we do that under the umbrella of the company you see here, our parent company, SmarterX. We are a Cleveland-based AI transformation company. And our mission is to accelerate AI literacy for all through education, content, and events. And Cathal, if you don't mind moving us forward one more here, you can share a little bit more about some of our brands. So Marketing AI Institute, like I mentioned, is running this webinar, is one of SmarterX's brands. We also have our AI Academy education platform, as well as our hit podcast, The Artificial Intelligence Show. You can learn more about all of those at smarterx.ai. And one more thing, Cathal, if you move us forward one more, that I do want to make everyone aware of. I just showed off AI Academy. We are offering our AI Academy to businesses everywhere starting now. This is a new and improved AI Academy where we offer yearly AI mastery memberships for both individuals and businesses. And these give you all the education, insights, and answers that you need to become an AI forward professional and leader. So starting right now, this summer, we are literally reimagining from the ground up the AI Academy and our AI Mastery membership program to accelerate AI understanding and responsible adoption across every single industry, not just for people in marketing. This includes dramatically expanding our courses and professional certificates, as well as offering customizable turnkey AI Academy solutions for businesses that are looking to quickly launch and scale AI education within their organization. So if you'd like to learn more about this, if your team needs AI education, if your company is trying to spin up AI education, go to the link displayed here, smarterx.ai/AI-mastery. And there are a range of contact options there where you can get in touch with us and learn more about how we can help your team accelerate AI literacy starting today. And I think with all that, Cathal, I'm going to turn things over to you and you can kick us off. Cathal is going to tell us that all about HeyGen and how we can use it in content strategy. Cathal, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, first of all, shout out to your podcast. I know a lot of the HeyGen team here tune into that podcast, and it's been really wonderful for keeping up with the latest and greatest in AI marketing. But thank you for starters for joining. I hope everyone can hear me. For starters, I see a couple of messages in the chat there. But my name is Cathal from the HeyGen team here in San Francisco, and I work with marketing teams and marketing agencies to help them get the most from the HeyGen platform. If anyone can't hear me, a quick refresh of this page might help. Obviously, if you can't hear me, you mightn't be able to hear that, but hopefully everyone is able to at this point. So yeah, I suppose before we jump into HeyGen, today I'm going to run a little bit through what the HeyGen platform is, how marketers can use HeyGen to transform their video strategy. But I really just want to set the scene a little bit here first. Video is everywhere. Video is now the preferred medium of consuming content. I think one of the examples we use a lot internally is like LinkedIn now even has a TikTok reel style um, video mechanism, and we're finding that's been super powerful for some of our marketing, and we'll touch on that a little bit later. But everyone wants more video, and as marketers, something that we're hearing a lot is people want more videos and they want them faster. Internally at HeyGen, even at a generative video company, we hear people want more content and they want it yesterday. Some of the things we hear a lot are questions like these. So we want more video, but creating videos is a slow and arduous process. Finding the right talent is expensive. It's resource heavy to actually find that talent that would be suitable for your content. And then most importantly, creating content that's fresh and personalized and importantly on brand for your business is also difficult. And really something that we've been hearing a lot from marketing teams is they can't produce enough video to meet their demands for teams and then scale up across regions. So these are some of the things we're hearing a lot at HeyGen. And the traditional video production process, it's slow, it's expensive, and it takes a lot of resources. So the old way of producing video involves ideation, scripting, casting, scouting, production, post-production, localization, and then lots of reshoots, which puts you back to the start of this whole process. At HeyGen, we focus on a new way of creating video content so that you can transform your content strategy. With HeyGen, the new way is much quicker, much cheaper. And today, that's really what we're going to be focused on. So with HeyGen, you can type in a script and generate a video and really cut these times in half. But most importantly, keep the quality of your content high. Yeah, we do a lot of work with the HubSpot team, and I really like this quote from Kip, but really the applications for AI video are immense. Some of you may have saw Elon Musk's tweet in the last couple of days, but he was essentially talking about the pace of generative video, and it's just even in the last couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of changes in terms of performance and how videos can be created using AI. So yeah, for some of you here, I've seen in the chat, you're familiar with HeyGen, you've tried it out before, but for some of you, you're completely new. So I just want to set the stage a little bit and tell you a little bit about HeyGen. So we are a generative video platform. We help businesses create, personalize, and translate content faster and more efficiently than ever before. For the rest of this webinar, I'm going to share a couple of examples, talk you through how marketing teams in particular are using HeyGen. And then I really just want to get into the platform, show you a couple of videos I've prepared, and just give you a feel for the type of things that you can do with HeyGen. So yeah, our mission at HeyGen is to make storytelling and visual storytelling in particular accessible to everyone. So some of the results that we see from using HeyGen is faster production. you can create videos 10 times faster than traditional methods. Global reach. It's one thing to create videos in one language for one market, but what we're hearing a lot is even if a video does start to perform well or a campaign performs well, you then want to try to figure out ways to localize that content so that you can tap into other markets around the world. Scalability, we help people scale up their campaigns without adding additional headcount to create more content. And then most importantly, cost savings and how we can actually help people create high quality video without breaking the bank. So as mentioned, we help people create content, personalize content, and translate content. More recently, we've started to develop interactive video experiences. I'm not sure on today's webinar will we get to go into this as deeply, but we do have a streaming avatar as well, where you can actually have a conversation with an avatar. We've seen this used in a lot of marketing campaigns recently, and I'll touch on that a little bit, but we're a one-stop shop when you have to think about creating content, localizing it, and then creating highly personalized content as well. So as this is focused on transforming your content strategy with AI, I suppose one of the main questions here are going to be like, what are the main use cases for HeyGen and generative video as a whole? We see a lot of performance marketing video ads, social media ads, how-to videos or product explainers, brand videos, and then, explainers as well. So in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to share some examples of what these actually look like from some of our customers in the real world and how they are using AI. I'm going to first start with our video translation tool, just to introduce you to that. So if you have existing video content and you're interested in localizing it for different markets, we have a way that you can translate content into 170 different languages and dialects. Most importantly, when we take these videos to translate them, we do an AI voice clone and a lip sync. So if your video was originally in English and we're updating that and localizing it to Spanish, the person in the video, their mouth is going to move as if they are speaking the new language. We also help people add captions to these videos as you would expect. And then within our platform, you can set up a brand vocabulary as well, because there's often certain words in your videos related to your brand that need to be pronounced in specific ways. And I'm going to show you how that will be done in a little bit. So there's two different ways you can localize content with HeyGen. One of the first ways is when you create a video with an avatar, it's super easy once you have that video created to select the other languages that you want to put that video into, as you can see here on the left. And then the second way is more if you're starting with existing video content that you already have. It's easy to localize that by uploading the video to our platform or even sharing a URL. In the next slide, I think I have an example of this in action. So this is Bill Gates, obviously an English speaker, and you can see how we have localized some of this content, just to give you a feel for what we're all about.
如果你睇得夠多，好多嘢之間都會有啲相似，令到啲嘢變得容易啲，因為呢樣嘢同另一樣嘢好似。
So you can see here we've done the lip
如
sync
果
and
你
the
有
voice
個大
clone.
框架，咁你就有地方擺晒所有嘢。如果你想學科學，讀下科學家歷史同埋。
So as far as I remember, this is Bill Gates speaking Mandarin. Obviously, he doesn't speak Mandarin normally, but this is a way that you can take the content you already have and really spread it across different markets and languages to get a wider reach. Here are some of the languages we support. Not only will we support specific languages, but say for Spanish here, you can translate to Spanish, But then you can also translate to the different dialects of Spanish. So we have Argentinian, Bolivia, Chile, Mexico, Puerto Rico, United States. And when we take these videos and localize them, we'll localize them for a specific accent or geography as well, which means that certain words will be pronounced in different ways and the translation will be edited slightly based on the market that you're focused on. One of the main reasons people know HeyGen is because of our avatar video piece as well. So this is where you can upload a photo or a video of a person, turn them into an avatar, clone their voice, and then type in a script to actually create brand new content if you don't have content already that you want to work with. So no filming is required except for creating the avatar. Rather than spending days and days in the studio filming video content that often has to be rescripted or changed, you can create an avatar and create your content as so. We have a library of public avatars. So if you don't have anyone for your brand ready to go and actually become a brand ambassador, you can come into the HeyGen platform, use one of our 1,000+ avatars to create content with. But you can also type in a text prompt and kind of describe the type of persona that you would like and develop an AI persona that you can then use in your videos and they won't show up anywhere else. I'm going to share a little, I think we have 2 examples here of avatars in action in marketing use cases. This first one is a video ad. This is more like a UGC style ad, and I'll show you how this was made in a moment.
$10 billion. That's the annual cost of hail damage claims in the US in 2023, and it's only getting worse. Hailstorms are becoming more frequent, with larger hailstones falling faster than ever before. In 2024 alone, hailstones the size of baseballs fell during over 50 major storms across the country. These aren't just big, they're...
So yeah, you can see here, we have turned this gentleman into an avatar. We're then mixing in A-roll of the avatar and B-roll as well, where you got to see the hailstones here, for example, to really like bring the video to life and keep people engaged. You can also programmatically tell our software what hand gestures you would like. So you can see here, the voice sounds highly expressive and emotional. The hand gestures are also there to kind of bring the video to life that bit more. This is a social media example using our avatars. I'm going to play a little bit of this, but this would be like a performance marketing ad or something similar to highlight this use case.
It's 2024 and you're still using Google? Forget it. Here are top 3 AI searching engines that will give you 10x better answers to your questions. Don't forget to save this video to not lose these cool tools. Number 3, we have Gemini. Gemini is actually an AI from Google itself. It was built from the ground up to be multimodal, which means it can generalize and see.
So we're starting to see more and more AI content being used across socials. In some cases, people don't even realize that avatars are being used. And this is just a real testament to, even in the last year, how quickly the space has moved in terms of creating videos that look great, sound great, and especially when you add in kind of some of the B-roll here, it draws the user's attention away from the person talking, and you can create a very seamless experience. Before I jump into the demo, I just want to call out some integrations. So as marketers, there's some tools that we all use like HubSpot, Adobe, Canva, Clay, Zapier. HeyGen has integrations with all of these platforms, and there's lots of different use cases. In the above image here, you can see our new HubSpot integration. This is something that we see a lot of marketing teams using. Essentially, this is to create personalized messages or videos. If you're doing sales outreach or marketing campaigns, you can have a list in HubSpot and then create personalized messages based on their company and their name. And this would be kind of using more of our API, for example. Something else we see a lot is people are working in Canva. They've created some beautiful slides for their brand, but then they actually want to take those slides and turn them into like a product explainer video or content for socials. You can use our integration with Canva to create avatars right there and then. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to share my screen in the HeyGen platform and we're going to jump into a demo. Great. So everyone should be able to see my screen here. And just one video that I've prepared for this webinar is from our CEO, Joshua, who couldn't make it here today. But I'm going to show you how I made this video. But before we start that, I just want to play the video to show you kind of the quality of avatar videos and what you can do. Some of you may have tuned into HeyGen's 2025 keynote a couple of weeks ago. We actually used avatars to create that whole keynote. We did go to the studio and record some content, but what we found was there was lots of edits we wanted to make. There was a few things we wanted to polish off and change. And we ended up just taking the footage that we recorded, turning Joshua into an avatar instead, and then using that. It just meant we could be much more agile in terms of the content that we were creating and the story that we wanted to tell because we were able to iterate on it much more. But I'm going to play this video for you and show you just how easy it is to create content for scenarios like this where you're talking to an audience. But I'm going to play this right now.
Hey everyone, my name is Joshua Xu, the CEO and co-founder of HeyGen. Sorry I couldn't be with you all today, but you're in good hands. At HeyGen, our mission is simple yet ambitious, and that mission is to make visual storytelling accessible to everyone. AI isn't here to replace humans. Rather, it makes creativity much easier and much more attainable for everyone. We can start by helping you transform your content strategy. I hope you enjoy the rest of today's webinar, and thank you again to the Marketing AI Institute for having us on today.
So yeah, this is Joshua's avatar. I typed in a script to create this video. You can see it's super easy here. Once we've created this video once, I can just type in what language I want to localize to, and then we can put this same video into multiple different languages. So say I click Spanish here, I can translate the script to Spanish with just the click of a button. But what can be powerful for marketing teams is you can create a video and then have content like this. So this is the video I just created, except now it is in Spanish. You can see our text editor here. But just for the sake of this demo, I'm going to go back to the English example. So now you are looking at HeyGen. You're looking at how I made this video that I just shared for you. You can see here on the left-hand side, this is the script. So it's, hey everyone, my name is Joshua Xu. This is the co-founder and CEO of HeyGen. So what can be done here is you just type in your script like so. You're also able to select his voice. So we used a voice clone of Joshua, so it sounds exactly like him. We have a HeyGen library of voices, but you can actually clone your own voice in the HeyGen platform as well. You can see here, I've added in some pauses to the script to make it kind of feel more realistic, so it's not flowing on top of each other. And then I also use this feature here called Voice Director Mode. And this is essentially where we can prompt the emotion that we want the avatar to display. So I went for something between excited and serious for this video. You can see here, this is where we can direct the voice. This is excited, and there's a prompt here. Essentially, it talks about how we want the voice to sound, how we actually want the tone, the pronunciation, and the delivery. And I just applied that to the scene there as well. Once you have an avatar, this one was recorded in a studio on a purple background, but it's super easy to actually remove the background like this. And let's say we wanted to create a different type of video. I can just go in here to media, and let's say we wanted a background where Joshua is, let me see, in a business environment. We could find something like, let's see, let's say we want to talk about our integrations page, which you saw on a previous slide. Joshua's avatar can be placed here in the corner, and then you can kind of create like a product explainer video explaining what your company's doing, a little bit more about the integration, like so. So it's super customizable. You can change the backgrounds. You can remove the background from the avatar, as I showed you as well. We have multiple different looks for Joshua's avatar. So let's say I wanted to go to a side cut instead. When you're creating an avatar, you can create multiple different looks from this avatar. And then you can have different scenes here as well. So let's say the first angle that I showed you on this video was the front on. You could also have like a side angle here just to kind of create more engaging content. It's also super easy to add captions to the script. You could add captions like this to help kind of bring your story to life. Let's say in this case, it's a purple scene, so we might want to go for something white like this. And this is essentially a way that you can streamline your content production process here in the HeyGen studio. We also have brand kits, so you can see I've uploaded a HeyGen brand kit with some of our colors and fonts and assets to kind of make sure that all the videos we create are on brand. You can add collaborators to a video so that you and your team can work together on creating the content. And then, as you'd imagine, you can add kind of scripts and comments here like so. Like this, we could add a comment and say, please change this. So essentially what we want to help you do is create more content without having to add headcount to create an even bigger team to create your marketing content. Next, I'm just going to walk you through the different types of avatars that we offer at HeyGen. So we have what we call a hyper-realistic avatar, and this is where you can upload photos and videos of a person to create content with. So if you're filming some video footage, you're going to need a minimum of 2 minutes video, maximum of 5 minutes. Any more than that, we kind of see diminishing returns. It's not going to make the output that much better. It's really quality in, quality out. If you give us a super high quality video filmed in 4K, ideally 60 frames per second, we can give you back an avatar that's going to look super realistic. And we just want people to talk naturally. If you talk super formally, your avatar may turn out super formal, where if you talk like you're talking to a friend, you're going to have a avatar that can be used in lots of different purposes. What's important here is kind of just making sure that the lighting is good, that the camera angle is good. And yeah, as we mentioned, you could film an avatar on a webcam, but for the best results, we see people using like a professional camera or even an iPhone and just toggling it into 4K mode with 60 frames per second. We do avatars that are standing still. We also do avatars that are moving in motion. So you could be doing a task or holding something, as well as like walking around type of thing. So what it looks like here in HeyGen is you just upload the video footage. You can also use your webcam or record via phone. The next step is a security step, and this is really just making sure that you have consent from the person you're turning into a video avatar to use their likeness. So you'll be prompted to kind of verify with a consent statement. We also have a new model that's a photo video model. So this is where you could upload a photo here of a person. I'm going to show you an example of that very shortly. And then there's also an option to design with AI, as I mentioned. So you can type in a script here and say like what type of avatar you want. So you can create a completely virtual digital person that, that can be used for your content. So you can see here, you can have like a woman, what type of background you want, and then you can generate looks and motions from this. So this is super powerful as well if you just want to create a video quickly and you need someone to be the star of that video, but you don't have anyone on hand, and you can kind of specify gender and age and ethnicity here as well. Some of you may have tried it out already, but we have a new photo model called Avatar 4. Little teaser is this will also be added to our video avatars shortly. But let's say we uploaded an image here. This is like a preset avatar. We will take this photo, and not only will we do the lip sync where it's just like the mouth moving up and down, but we'll also add facial expressions based on the script that you provide us and hand gestures that will make sense for the script in question. Let me see. I'm going to upload an image of Mike here. So for example, just pulled this from LinkedIn. This is a photo. What we can do here is type in a script. So we could type in a script like this or upload an audio file. And then we're actually going to bring this avatar to life with just a photo. So let's say we want to do something like this. We can type in here the gestures and facial expressions that we want. You can also kind of put in the quality, but let's say I'm going to use this audio script. I'm going to say, let's make the avatar very happy. And then this is the prompt. I'm going to say minimal hand movements and generate the video. An example of what this will look like would be something like this. So this is just a photo, and you can now see how we brought this to life. Very happy, very, very happy in this case, it seems. And it will also do minimal hand movements kind of based on what I shared.
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart.
So yeah, you can see I used a Steve Jobs speech in this case as the audio. And then, yeah, the avatar is super happy. So maybe we would want to like tone that down in our next iteration of that video. We would just click here, edit as new, and we could say, you know, like maybe some less smiling might make this a little bit more realistic and bring it to life. So that is our avatar video section. As I mentioned, you can also clone voices in HeyGen. So when you upload some video footage, you can create an avatar. We're going to use the audio from that video to clone the voice, but for even better results, we recommend you upload an audio file, maybe where you're speaking into a microphone or a phone. There's no background noise. It is super clear for our voice cloning model. So you can just upload a file here like so, and you can also AI generate a voice as well. So let's say a confident German female presenting a crisp and commanding tone. So this will be important if you're like AI generating a character and you want to iterate on how they sound for your content. We also have third-party integrations. So if you're using something like 11 Labs or Fish already, you can integrate those voices here into HeyGen, which is something that we're excited about. In our brand section here, you can see some different brands that we've created. This is a HeyGen one. You can see I've uploaded the fonts, colors, and icons to create consistent content as you scale your AI video content strategy. And then we also have like a brand glossary here as well. So for HeyGen, we have some specific pronunciations. in the video, I pronounce Joshua Shoe. There is like a certain way we want this to be pronounced. So we have the original word here. And then you can see how we actually want it to be pronounced phonetically. So you can preview that and edit that here. Similarly, Trivago are a customer of ours. They localize a lot of content with HeyGen. We want to make sure that Trivago is pronounced perfectly throughout all their videos. So we'll add that here to the brand voice section. The next thing I want to show you is video translate. So if you have existing video content, for example, maybe you've tagged along to one of these webinars in the past, and maybe English isn't the language you want to watch this content in, or you want to spread this content to other regions. What you can do is come in here to create a video, come to our translate section, and then you can type in a video URL like I've done, or you can upload a file directly. Let me pull up an example of what this would look like. So I am going to this folder I made for today. I'm going to pull this YouTube link here that some of you may have been familiar with. This is some webinars from a couple of days ago and some YouTube content, but I can paste that in here. So it's pre-existing content with real people. I'm going to go to the next step. Auto detect will essentially select the language that's already in. In this case, I'm going to translate this to, say, German and Spanish. There is some advanced options here as well. If you want to remove, like, say, background noise from the original video or enhance the voice. You have two options. You can click translate and our AI video model will translate it entirely. You can also click review and edit. So let's say I spoke German and I want to make sure that that script is coming out perfectly in German. You can create what we call a proofread. This will allow you or someone on your team who speaks that language to go in, make edits to the script, make sure everything is perfect in the translation. But in this case, I'm just going to click translate here. So this has started translating now. That's going to take a couple of minutes. It's going to take between 3 to 5 times the length of the video to translate, but I have some examples here already. So let's say this is the video link I pulled from YouTube. This is our wonderful presenter in question. This video was originally in English, and I'm just going to play a little bit of it in German and Japanese just to give you a feel for how you can localize content.
Wir sehen endlich die Anfänge ernsthafter Bemühungen herauszufinden, welche Berufe und Fähigkeiten durch KI tatsächlich entstehen oder im Zeitalter der KI wertvoll sein werden. Und nicht nur, welche Berufe und Fähigkeiten zerstört.
So you can see we've maintained the original emotion in the original video. We've done the lip sync, and then it is in our presenter's voice here in this case as well. And let's see what that would look like in Japanese.
ついに AI 時代において実際に AI が生み出すあるいは価値を持つ仕事やスキルがどれなのかを本格的に調査する動きが始まりつつあります。単に
So yeah, that gives you a feel for kind of how you can create content from scratch with HeyGen using our avatars, where you come with photos, videos, or just an idea and you prompt an avatar from scratch. It also gives you a feel for if you have existing video content and you want to localize that, you can just upload a link to that video and we'll translate it. One thing some of you may want to see is kind of like just what does the proofread look like for that. Let me see if I have an example here. So let's say we listened to the German video and it just wasn't as perfect as we wanted it to be. Let's say there was like a mistake in the translation. You can come in here to this view, and this is what we call a proofread. So here on the left, you have the original video in English. On the right, you now have the German translation. Let's say, well, I don't speak German, but say I did, and we realized like this word wasn't being pronounced correctly. We can highlight the word, click pronunciation, and type in the phonetics of how we actually want this pronounced like so, something like that. You can now see that that word has phonetics associated with it. And let's say further down, we realize that this part wasn't translated in the way we wanted it to be. You would just come in here to the script section and you can make an edit. Obviously, you would type in German rather than in English here, but I do not speak German. So you would just highlight that like so, make the edit. You can click this preview button here to translate it. In this kind of podcast episode that I watched yesterday, I realized that at the start of the video, there's different emotions to later in the video. One thing that we'll do is rather than creating a voice clone that's going to sound the same way across the whole video, you can actually come in here to the script and let's say this is a sad part and this is a really happy part when we're telling a story. You can come in here and create a voice clone from that specific segment so that you make sure you get all of the emotions in the videos. I mentioned we localize a lot of TV ads for Trivago and social ads. In this case, what we're going to be doing is like making sure that every scene in the video sounds exactly like it did in the original content, and cloning from a segment can be really important here. We do have multiple speakers in this video. So let's say you wanted to select another speaker. There would be another option here for speaker 2. And similarly, you can invite collaborators. So let's say internally at your company, you don't have anyone who speaks the language you're trying to localize to. You can click the proofread button here. We do have a network of experts who speak these different languages, and they can come in and just take a quick look over your videos, the HeyGen translation, and then they can make edits as well to make sure that everything's being localized correctly for that market. So that's avatar video. From a photo, from a video, it's avatar or video translation of existing content. I showed you our brand voice section and our AI voice section. On our slide that we looked at just before we jumped into this demo, I shared some of the integrations here, the HubSpot, Canva, and some other wonderful tools and partners that we work with. Clay in particular is something we see a lot of marketing teams using now to build lists, to kind of create marketing campaigns. And we're seeing people use Clay to create personalized video messages as part of their campaigns. We also have a template section. So let's say you're creating lots of videos. This is an example of the template we made for our keynote. You can see you have like Joshua's name on screen and his role. So you can create templates that really streamlines your video production process here in that case. And we also have a library of templates that are ready to go and that you can actually use to create content with. I know we're starting to come up on time, but I just want to show you in our lab section, this is where we're working on some early features that are innovative in terms of how we're using our platform. We have this video podcast feature here where you can actually type in a script or even upload like a product URL, and then we'll create a AI podcast where we have 2 people talking back and forth about a product and how it can be used. We can do instant highlights. If you have a longer video that's say like this webinar's length, I'll put this into instant highlights once I get the recording. It will use AI to chop up the video and create kind of short form social content that we'll then post on TikTok and Instagram, and more recently, LinkedIn's short form video player. And then this is a way that we can create just highly engaging short form content. URL to video is similar. For example, a lot of real estate agents and marketing teams will use this where they might upload a listing of a property, for example, and then we'll actually go and completely AI generate a video for that person. And then finally, I think one of our newest innovations in the last year has been our interactive avatar. this is essentially where you can have a chatbot that you can have conversations with. So anywhere where you may have had a chatbot in the past to hold conversations with, you can now use our interactive avatar, connect the knowledge base or LLM on the back end, and then have like a real-time conversation with. We did a campaign during the Super Bowl this year with avocados from Mexico, where they turned Gronk, NFL star, into an interactive avatar. They then drove traffic to the interactive avatar, and people were able to go and have this like really interesting brand activation experience where they could have a conversation with a celebrity or the face of a brand, and have a conversation like so. So this is Wayne, our co-founder of HeyGen. This is his interactive avatar. And yeah, if this. Hey, Wayne, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? What language skill would you like to practice today?
Hey, Wayne, I'm not hoping to practice languages today, but would you be able to share how a marketing team could use our interactive avatar in a campaign?
Totally. Your avatar can engage customers with fun, personalized interactions, boosting brand awareness, and making campaigns more memorable. Want some specific ideas?
How would someone get started creating an interactive avatar?
They can start by choosing a platform or tool to build the avatar, then customize its appearance and scripts. I can help guide you through the steps if you'd like.
Thank you, Wayne. So yeah, that is kind of a really fast and high-level overview of the HeyGen platform. As mentioned, we're a one-stop shop for creating content, personalizing it, localizing it, and then more recently, creating these interactive experiences as well. So yeah, the world's really your oyster in terms of the content that you can create with HeyGen. And I'm going to jump back to my slides. I suppose before we jump into questions, just one call out is HeyGen has a really vibrant community where you can check out resources, connect with other HeyGen users, attend our multiple webinars that we run a week, and yeah, just get involved with kind of what we're working on and how you can use the platform. So I'm going to stop sharing. Mike is back. Mike, thank you for being my guinea pig for some of those video examples.
You know, it's funny. I was earlier this year in Japan for the first time. I must have brought back some Japanese apparently because I didn't know I knew Japanese. That was incredible.
Yeah, something new for all of us. Exactly.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? We should mention there are several comments during the presentation that didn't even occur to me. We should mention that we are both real. We are not
Right.
HeyGen avatars. We swear. So, but who knows? 12 months from now, I don't think you'll be able to tell. So we'll have to include a disclaimer or something.
Exactly.
All right. In the last 10 minutes or so here, I'm going to dive into as many questions as we can get to. We've got so many of them. I'm sure we're not going to get to all of them, but I'd please encourage everyone, reach out to HeyGen if you have a question that we don't get to. You can contact them through the website, and I'm sure they'll be happy to help. So let's dive in. So first up, Cal, I loved how you said, you showed a couple slides, like an old way versus a new way slide. You had a great slide showing how you can create content at every stage of the funnel. There's so many things you can do with HeyGen. Where would you advise marketers, business people, creators, maybe just get started? Like, what's a good beginning project with this?
Yeah, I think, there's a lot of different jumping in points. First thing that's great is like to have an idea in mind. Like, what type of video are you interested in creating? Is it like an internal video to start with? We see a lot of marketing teams will, start in the shallower end, create some content that's maybe for like sales enablement training, just so they can get a feel for kind of the content. And then as you get more confident, you can start to roll out like some of our other customers to the external marketing stuff. But highly recommend using our pre-made avatars to maybe create your first video or two, so that you can see what good looks like before you start to create your own avatars.
Yeah, and that's something I noticed came up quite a bit in when you were demoing is like these aren't typically going to be a one-shot perfect avatar, right? You have to kind of like with any AI tool, prompt it a bit, work with it a bit. So there were a few questions around, do you have any advice for like how do you get better results out of generating AI video, out of generating avatars?
Yeah, like anything, there is a bit of a learning curve. It probably took me creating like 3 or 4 video avatars before I realized what got the best results. The first one I recorded, I was super rigid and maybe not as emotional and expressive as I normally am. Just act like you normally would, talk like you're talking to a friend, and create create a couple of avatars for yourself, maybe some of your colleagues, and um, once you've created maybe 5 avatars on the HeyGen platform, you're going to know what excellence can be and what it looks like and go from there.
And someone also asked about, and it's an issue we often run into, right? Is that we have people from different company sizes on here, many different types of budgets. I mean, can you speak a little bit to how to get some value out of the lower cost or free versions of HeyGen? I mean, at least at the very least, you have a free version. So if you have no budget, you can go test this out for yourself.
Exactly. Like the great thing is everyone can sign up for free. You can create a couple of videos. I think it's like 5 videos are completely free. You can even clone your own avatar on the free plan. Just get a feel for like the platform as a whole. And then, our features, like as you go up in the plans, you get more professional features and functionality. But most of our customers are on kind of like our self-serve plans. You can even get going for $29 a month once you finish that free plan.
Awesome. So there were quite a few questions. I know you addressed this a bit about concern over generating AI videos with our own photos, our own videos. Can you maybe talk to us a little bit more about how images are protected? How are we preventing someone from using, my image without permission or something like that?
Yeah. So I suppose like to start with, like we're SOC 2 Type 2 compliant, GDPR compliant. We work with Fortune 500 companies, 1 and 2 people, marketing teams, smaller shops. They've all kind of went through the same process. You can go to heygen.com/security and read more. One thing I'll say is all of the video content that you create is yours. We have no IP ownership over it. All of the avatars and clones you create are yours. We don't own any of that. And you are free to kind of share this content however you would like. In terms of like security, you saw that we have like a pretty strict verification process. So if you are creating an avatar of a person, you will need a consent video to make sure that you have their permission to create content. And this is something that when we work with larger companies or even like very well-known people like A-list celebrities, it gives them a lot of peace of mind to know that, we have their permission to use their avatar and that it's not just being used randomly throughout the internet.
Right. That's a real concern these days, it sounds like. I mean, someone asked, I'm just curious at a big picture level, are there, not for HeyGen specifically, but for AI video generation, are there like watermarks or any way we can check if content these days is real or generated by AI? Seems like a huge possible problem.
Yeah. We can tell like that all of our videos are created by HeyGen, obviously, but there's a lot of like models similar to HeyGen throughout the internet. It's getting harder and harder to tell which is AI and which isn't. I think that's kind of just the world we're heading towards right now. HeyGen's like trust and safety team is like very focused on making sure that everything that's created on the HeyGen platform is compliant and that we have the rights to use it. But that can't be said for every other platform.
Yeah, no kidding. It's good to know that you guys are on that. Does HeyGen have an API?
Yeah. Kind of ran out of time a little bit, but we have an API that will be used kind of for scaling up video content. So say you have a library of 100 videos you want to translate, you can use our API to do that. Or We have some marketing teams who will create 50,000 videos in a couple of hours as part of a marketing campaign.
Oh, wow.
We did one with InBev, for example, in South America. We used some famous Brazilian soccer players, and that was all powered by our API. It would just take someone far too long to create 50,000 videos, but you can programmatically create content too.
Wow, 50,000 videos. That's wild.
Great.
So someone was asking, well, multiple people wanted to know, is there any way to kind of improve the movements of the avatar? Is that through better prompting or description or what?
Yeah, so there's two ways. If you're starting with an image, you can use a text prompt where you type in, hey, make this hand movement, give us a thumbs up type of thing. Something we released in our keynote last month was gesture control. So if you're turning yourself or some other talent into an avatar, when you're recording their content, for the first 30 seconds, you just do kind of gnome hand movements, essentially, just like talking head. But then you can ask them to do all of the hand movements that you want, whether it be like hands in the air or thumbs up. And when you're in our editor, you can actually say at this part of the script, you want the avatar to give a thumbs up. So one thing HeyGen's really focused on is just helping people really take control over the output of their videos in terms of expressiveness of the voice to make it sound like real content, and then doing the hand gestures as well to make it feel more realistic. So when you're creating an avatar now, you'll see this in the creation flow. You can add gestures, and this just really helps bring things to life.
Great. Just a couple more questions we'll get to here as we wrap up in the last couple minutes. Can you do multiple avatars in a video? Are you kind of splicing that together after generating individual ones? How does that work, if at all?
Yeah. So for example, in our lab section, I touched on our podcast feature, which is kind of two avatars having a conversation back and forth. That's how I would approach having two avatars on screen.
Okay.
We also see people kind of doing like in post-production, creating one avatar video and then kind of splicing it up within HeyGen. But yeah, it's something that we get requested a lot to have two avatars on screen.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because people are also asking, can you have multiple avatars with multiple translations? And, suddenly we're going to have hundreds of avatars talking to each other.
Right.
All right. I have one more question here, Cathal, that we ask everyone who does a webinar with us. It is one of our most requested questions as well. So I'm going to have you end on this. And before we do, I just want to thank everyone for spending an hour with us today. I hope this is super valuable. I found it immensely valuable to see how HeyGen works. Go check them out. Sign up if you have not already. So, Cathal, I'm going to ask you, what is your best piece of advice for marketers, business people, creators, anyone in this audience when it comes to AI? This is totally open-ended. It could be something you found particularly helpful on your own AI journey.
Yeah. I suppose it's really just get started. Like this space isn't going anywhere. AI video is here to stay. Even in the last, I could say couple of months, but even couple of weeks, the technology is improving so quickly. It's really important. Just if you did try it out a year ago or 2 years ago, and maybe you weren't really ecstatic with the results, go back, give it another try. It's improving at light speed, and the HeyGen team is here to help you kind of get the results you want. So just get started and go from there.
Excellent. Cathal, thank you so much for spending time with us today. Thank you, everyone. Hope this was helpful. We will see you at our next webinar.
Thanks so much for having us on, and thanks for all the questions too.